Hello, my friends, and a very, very warm greeting to you. I have been grappling a lot with this word fear, and pretty sure that many of us are too comfortable with it for far too long. And when I look at the state of the world, I can see that the terrorist of these times is fear. It's this energy that's taken over our consciousness, the sum total of all the thoughts that we're having, those that are revealed and those are not revealed to us, but it's inside of the soul, it's inside of the spirit. And the root cause of fear is etched in an acronym that you might hear me use quite often called ALGE. A for anger, L for lust, G for greed, A for attachment, and E for ego, where we have fed those emotions and we have fed those feelings and ideas for such a long time. And that as it accumulates to a level where we're so attached to them, the fear becomes immense. We are being called every day to confront the very foundations of fear and distrust. Whether it's driving on a highway or being in a house by yourself and somebody just pops up and surprises you with all of that, and then you have to like, oof, oof, I didn't know you were there. It's the fear is there. This attachment to self, this attachment to stories, this attachment to very deep-rooted feelings and experiences that we've had in many, many lives. I don't believe we've only had one. I believe a high number of us in the world have had one or maybe two lifetimes, but I believe that there is a group of us. I would say if you look at the census and the population in the last 100 years or so, the population has increased almost 5 times, six times over perhaps, from 1.4 billion in 1900 to 7 billion plus in 2016. So fear is often this anxious neighbor, of our wounds. Can be subtle, and we're also seeing how deadly it is at the same time. And whilst you listen to this recording, I invite you to name your fears. What are you afraid of? And don't let them go so deep on the ground that you can't even find them. Because the deeper the fear goes, the more the wound gets expanded. And expressing the fear of loss or the fear of rejection can help give some sort of a expression to feelings that might come up to our surface in unhealthy ways, like suicide bombers, like abusing your beautiful wife, or kidnapping a child from the streets and holding them hostage for years and impregnating them, or child trafficking, or selling drugs, on the streets where kids who have no opportunity whatsoever to get a chance, you give them this drug and give them a chance and yet keep them exactly where they are. There are so many ways that fear raises its head in such unhealthy ways, And the easiest way to amplify your wounds of fear is to keep generating more fear. So witness your own way that you go about living in a fearful environment or in a fearful state. Remember that the wounds of the past often seek to hide itself out with masks or behind masks. It tries to find itself in kind of respectable places, where we walk around with this superiority ego, whether it's our credentials, our status, our title, what we have done and who we are and how we dress and the car we drive and the house that we own. The fear is still there. We're just masking it. And that hurt is still vibrating in our atmosphere. And because I can mask my fear from you and maybe make you think I'm on top of my game, it doesn't mean that I'm healed. it doesn't mean that I'm healed. So my invitation to you is to name your fears. Name your fears. And if you can, keep observing how those fears are being released in unhealthy ways. And understand that the more you try to ignore the fact that fear is residing inside of your consciousness, the amplification of that fear, my friend, is increasing. So, with that said, I bid you farewell and invite you to keep joining our conversation on the American Meditating Radio online, or just download the Pause for Peace app, which is for free, my gift to you, to the world, to enjoy a multitude of incredible content and material. No one can take away your happiness unless you give them permission, and we are here to love each other the same. So let us start that. Take care, everyone.